Sure. Hi, everyone. Great to speak to you. So earlier today, we, of course, announced Marc stepping down from his position as head coach of Orlando Pride, as well as Carl Green stepping down following the game tomorrow night. Earlier this week, on Monday, the club was contacted by Manchester United to engage with Marc in a conversation about their open opportunity, the head coach position for Manchester United women. We granted that approval on Monday, and through this week have had various conversations between Orlando Pride and Manchester United in connection with Marc and Carl's current contracts with the club, while Marc was also engaged with Manchester United exploring the opportunity. And I spoke to Marc on Monday before granting the permission to Manchester United, and we spoke at length about his status and vision and work that he's been building here, the foundation he's laid here in Orlando with Orlando Pride, with this team over the last 2.5 years, but also spent a lot of time talking about the time that Marc's been away from his family. As many of you know, that last year, Marc's partner and daughter were in England while he was here in the United States. And while they've been here for some period of time, this year in 2021, they're currently back in England. And that type of separation, as well as other family matters that, of course, are important to Marc, the distance and not being able to see his family for the period of time that he's been away, were all elements that were a part of his interest to explore the opportunity and of course, our support for engaging in that conversation. And through the week, as the conversations progressed, it has moved very quickly, but we were able to arrive at an agreement with Manchester United as well as with Marc on this opportunity for him in Manchester, and which resulted in him stepping down from his position and role as head coach of Orlando Pride, and as mentioned, as will Carl following tomorrow's game. I have full confidence in Carl leading tomorrow's game. The players have had a professional week of training led by Carl through the week, and feel that he's prepared the team for tomorrow's game, and he has the full support of the locker room, our captains, and every player to successfully lead tomorrow night's match. So we have moving forward. We will begin starting next week of creating lists and laying out the process and timeline of how we want to approach this process and who we will engage with to support us in that process to find our next head coach. We will certainly look at different profiles and develop the profile and playing style that will be for the future of Orlando, that will allow us to build off of the success and culture and progress that this team has made on the field, to be able to bring that into the next cycle, and building off of some roster transactions and building that we're really proud of, really excited about, and feel like the evolution of our roster is promising, that with our plans for the direction that we'll be going. So we'll be starting that immediately next week, and feel comfortable with the timeline that we're looking at through the end of targeting the end of the season to have someone named in order to go into the off season. The objective when we knew at the right point this week that we were probably going to need to have a solution for the remainder of the year, was to find and bring in the right person or people who are qualified and capable of managing and leading this group of players, this group of world-class, elite, talented players, to a championship. Our goals haven't changed for this season, and am confident and excited about who will be joining us to lead us through the remainder of the year, while also being able to, as you say, Meg, take our time and do a search that's comprehensive of coaches that may be currently available, may not be currently available, but that we may be able to engage with to explore opportunities that can help be a part of as we look to what the culture of this team and this organization does look like in the future, who is going to be able to help bring us into that next Orlando Pride 2.0 as we sit here today, 2 days after the announcement of a new ownership, and how we anticipate the growth and evolution of this entire organization will start to happen under the guidance and caretaking of the new ownership. How the Orlando Pride will grow as part of that, as with a winning team on the field to support all of the winning that we're doing off the field as well. So yes, the timeline, and it is intentional with this timeline to take our time, to be thorough, and find the right person who can usher this team into its next several seasons. First, I always like to thank our fans and express my sincere appreciation and gratitude for their support for this team and this organization. With respect to this team in particular, our fans have been loyal to Orlando Pride for years during seasons where they haven't experienced much success, or any success, you might say. But we are experiencing that right now, and this is a part of the growth process of our team. This is a part of professional sports to start with, in terms of a managerial change and needing to address that, do that in a way that still positions the team for success and puts the right people in place to guide that success. So it's for our fans, and knowing that as a professional sport and professional business, this is an unfortunate part of that, and accepting that is what that is. But also, once they do have more information related to who our interim coach will be, I think there will be a lot of support and excitement and confidence in their ability to bring this team and lead this team to a championship with the players that we have. And I'm confident that they'll trust in our process to take our time and to bring the right coach in who will lead the team going forward after this season. But I'll bring it full circle. Their support is critical to our success. I've shared that and spoken that message to the Black Swans leadership. It's not just a verbal phrase. I mean it. It's important. It's important to our success, and appreciate them supporting our players and supporting this club, which is always going to be here and is always going to be building towards a winning team. With here locally, we've communicated to the players through the week as appropriate in terms of the timeline of the information that we had, and as it related to Marc's presence or absence from training this week. And that as we would know more information, we were communicating that. I've had some dialogue with players prior to this morning, some dialogue with players in Tokyo. Marc has engaged as well. So we've at the appropriate level and appropriate timeline through which the conversations were happening with Manchester United, again, both with Orlando Pride and with Marc himself, from an exploratory conversation initially to then this moving forward very quickly, sharing what was appropriate at the appropriate time. This morning, after speaking with the team, Marc spoke with the team, I spoke with the team. We both have each communicated to the four that are in Tokyo to ensure that they have all of the information that the group in Orlando have, and feel confident that obviously the group in Tokyo is focused on their upcoming games that we're approaching here at this stage, and knowing that's not their highest priority at this moment in time, but it is important to us. They are our priority to ensure, and wanted to ensure they had the same information as everyone here. And after the conversations this morning, training was professional. Everyone was focused through this week. Our captains, Ashlyn and Allie, have been tremendous about keeping the team as focused as possible during this week, as they understood it was going to be an interesting week. So I feel good about the information we've shared, the timeline we've shared, the information, and that everyone's been informed throughout, and again, the efficiency that we've all been able to work to be able to communicate and be as transparent as possible. We feel good about that.